start this group, I'm not going to spend time going through all of these. We've got a lot of cattle to get through, and it's certainly not the most cool evening, although the rain did give us some relief. But I think as we get on the top end and we look at some steers, I guess we're going to bring them back. We have another group in this class. There's some steers relative to their frame, relative to their body condition. I think we'll go ahead and meet our specs. You know, we're going to start with a steer that some might think, well, he's maybe a little heavier. He is the heavier steer in the class, but relative to the specs I was given at a 62.5% crest, this steer will still meet the specs. And obviously those of you that follow what's going on in the beef industry right now on the feeding side sector, you know, this steer would not be outside the norm of what we're raising these steers to. And then beyond that, I think a steer that from a visual standpoint, he's got some structural correctness in terms of still being able to get around the ring at that body weight and that size. And I think, you know, even though this is a performance show, structural soundness in the feeding sector is certainly something we need to continue with and we continue to pay attention to so that these steers can make it to the rail, make it to the truck. And we get into a couple of just really nice steers in terms of how they handle the condition, the way these steers are filled out, built through their brisket and their tail head. They have some conditions, extremely long-bodied. I expect these steers relative to their condition to meet that cutability window as well. The next 2 or 3 steers here maybe aren't quite as far along as in the condition as our top end of the steers in this particular class, but again, relative to their body size and frame, I think these steers do have some condition. They've got that length where, again, they'll have some cutability, some weight to hang on the rail. And again, down the line, our black steer here, I like this steer again in terms of its muscle shape and dimension, high cutability steer. I'd like to see that steer just a little bit farther along in terms of its condition and maybe move up in this class. But on down through the line, then we just get into some steers that are just a little lighter muscle, flatter in their makeup. And then in terms of their condition and market readiness today, just not as far along as we'd like them to put them on the truck here in a little bit. We just like to see them a little bit farther along in their condition. But let's give this class a round of applause. Certainly a pleasure to go through this.